Right. How's everybody doing? All right. Welcome to Money Club Mondays, part of the Private Money Club. Today is July 12th, 2021. So today we are going to be talking all about deals. I have a special guest with us, one of Private Money School borrowing members, Steve Lawson, who's an experienced investor in the Indiana market. And he has a couple new deals we're going to be talking about, as well as one that was just funded over the weekend. So that's great news. And then I just had a couple other deals that were emailed over. I was just going through them. So we'll start talking about those a little bit. So I want to answer any questions you guys have. If anybody on here is looking to lend money on any of these deals, now is a great time to get those questions answered. So let's go ahead and kick things off. Steve, are you with me?
Oh, there we go. Unmute. There we go. Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you? Do you have a video today, or are we just on audio?
Oh, I guess you can look at me if you want to. Let me see if I can get this figured out. I'll go ahead and start talking while I try and get the video figured out real quick. But before talking about the new deals, I did want to share, you guys funded 2 deals in early June.
Okay.
And these are typical of what we do. They're both under 100,000 to purchase. Rehab or ARV was a little over 100. Both rehabs we got done in less than 30 days. We listed them, both sold within 3 days, above our estimated ARV in both cases, and both are closing the first week of August. So both people who got in early June will be out in early August with a larger profit than expected. So,
very nice.
so that's good news there. And then the one I brought up last week, we did find funding for it over the weekend. So, so thank you for that. That's exciting. And then I did have 2 other ones that I wanted to share with you. One of them, I'm actually going to do the inspection on Wednesday, but bottom line is it's pretty inexpensive. It's a little 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, right around 1,000 square feet. Purchase and rehab combined is going to be between 60 and 65. ARV is in the low 90s. So this one's a little bit smaller than some of the others from a price standpoint. So for investors who don't have 100, 110 or more to invest, this gives you the opportunity to get in for, like I said, about 60 to 65. And so I'll have more details. I'll be posting that one probably within the next 48 hours, but I just want to see it, do one last walkthrough with the inspector and the contractor bid Wednesday morning to get that finalized. And we should have that posted by Wednesday afternoon. So if you have 60, 65,000 and you're looking to invest, reach out to me ahead of time and kind of jump in the front of that line if you want to. And the way we work that deal, it's the same as the rest. We give you the choice of 12% interest or 10%, the greater of 10% interest or 20% of profit. And I can tell you every one of those where it's the greater of, every single one of them, the 20% of profit has been greater than the 10% interest. So a lot of the investors like that, they get to participate in the profit a little bit more, especially when we're getting in and out in 2 months. So, so there's that one. And then kind of an unusual one, it's a little bit bigger. It's a 5-unit. We got a great price on it. It needs some work, but the purchase is about 145. The rehab is right around 40 to 45. So we're looking for about 185 to 190. If we can find one investor who has that, that's fantastic. If we need 2 investors, that's okay as well. So if you've got a little bit larger amount and you'd be interested in that one, or being one of the 2 people investing in that one, that'd be a great opportunity. Again, once 2 of the units are already ready, we'll rehab the rest and do some exterior work. But the 5 units, the revenue will be between $3,000 and $3,400 a month. And so pretty conservatively, we think we can sell that for $240. We should be able to get more like $270 based on that cash flow. And so again, it looks like another really good opportunity on that one. So that's really all that I have. Those are 2 new ones. And again, they're still being put together. So I don't have the final perfect loan proposals, but I will get those out in the next day or 2.
Yeah, that's awesome, Steve. I'm glad you guys are having some success up there, getting properties under contract and finding deals. And those are all in the Indianapolis area. Is that correct?
Yes, mostly Indianapolis. The 5-unit is actually in a suburb called Anderson. It's about 20 minutes northeast of Indianapolis. So suburb that's doing very well right now. So we're doing quite a bit there. But that's where the 5 unit is. So they're all in Indiana, and they're all within an hour of Indy. But most, as many as possible, we try and do here in Indianapolis. So yeah.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and if anybody is on here and is not aware, what we're talking about right now are deals that are available within the Private Money Club. So if you're not a member of the Private Money Club, you can go over to moneyschooltraining.com/private-money-club, and you can join that. And then you will have access to where all of Steve's deals, as well as our other borrowers, where they post their deals. And you can go in and look at what's called the perfect loan proposal, which shows all the numbers, all the information, every little detail about the deal for you to make a educated decision if it's a good deal to lend on or not, as well as information about the investor, their experience, things like that. Steve, just in case anybody's new on here, I know you've been on the Private Money Club with us a few times now. As you mentioned, you've gotten a couple of your deals funded through the Private Money Club, which is awesome, but you've been doing this for little over 10 years, right? Is that right altogether?
Yeah, I've been in real estate investing for 18 years. I've been doing wholesaling for about 10, and flipping for about 8. And so managed a little over 150 rehabs in the last 6 years. So a variety, some really nice high-end fix and flips, a few dozen of those, but mostly it's these more basic properties that have an ARV between 100, 180, just nice, simple, 3-bedroom houses. And so that's what we tend to do quite a bit of. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we have a few of our deal providers, as we call them, or borrowers within the Private Money Club, and you're one of probably 3 or 4 that just is consistently bringing deals to the table, which is great, because we've had a lot of people with money looking for money to lend. So I know Colleen just posted in the comments she has 125,000 coming in the next week or so. So Colleen, definitely keep an eye out for Steve's deals if the timing adds up, or maybe have a conversation with Steve even now, just so you guys can kind of set that up. And when he does have something that fits that, you guys can definitely, make things happen that much quicker. So Steve can be found within the Slack app, which is where everything's ran right now, the Slack app, until privatemoneyclub.com is done on the technical side, which should be in the next month or so. But right now you can contact Steve either through Slack, or we can connect you guys through phone or email. If you don't have Steve's contact information, just reach out to me and I'll make an introduction so you guys can chat and get things set up. And, Steve's good at working with you if you have money coming from a self-directed IRA, if you have money coming from an infinite banking policy, or, anything else out there. Steve's good at being able to work with you to get those contracts set up and the direction to invest for them and everything like that. So,
yeah, well, thank you. And just real quick, I have all those myself, and I've worked with investors who have the infinite banking and self-directed IRAs as well. So I've got those. So I'm familiar with it from both sides. So more than happy to work with investors who have money in those places. So, well, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Anything else?
Steve, just give me 2 more minutes here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me see if anybody has any questions. Does anybody have any questions for Steve? He has 2 deals coming up. He's done a bunch already. Does anybody have any questions about past deals he's done, about the 2 that he has available now? Is there anything that an experienced borrower can help you guys with while we got him on here for a few more minutes? And while you're typing those in, I'm just going to show you the first thing you do whenever you see a deal that you like. And Steve, can you see the perfect loan proposal up on the screen right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so right screen. So this is what happens is whenever there's a deal, the borrower, like Steve, he'll post this in the Slack app, or you can request them, but it just goes through. This is what I was just talking a little bit about. So it tells you all about his company, like what they do, how long they've been around, like what their leadership looks like, some of their staff and who helps them, 8 members working full-time, 200 projects. So you just go through and you find out all the information about the company. And then as you scroll down through, I'm going to stop scrolling because it gets into some of your personal financial information. We don't want that to go in public view on YouTube. But once you build the relationship, you can download this perfect loan proposal and find out everything about Steve. And once we get down in here, all the info about the deal, and I'll show you a deal sheet in a minute too, for another deal when Steve hops off. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring that up and mention that. I mean, that's That's what you get with the private money club. So you have all the information you would need about those deals right in front of you to make that educated decision. So I don't
Mhm.
see any questions coming on. So Steve, thanks for talking about the two new deals. Congrats on getting that one funded over the weekend. That's great news. Let me see. Colleen said, "Hey, Steven, please connect me with Steve via email." I will do that. I'll connect you,
Okay,
Colleen, so you and Steve can have a conversation. Absolutely.
I
So
appreciate
Steve,
that.
anything else, or I guess thank you for joining us, man. Appreciate it.
Oh,
And
my pleasure.
we'll get
Thanks for
those
having me
two
on
new
again.
deals, and
And
we'll get them on
yeah,
Slack in the Facebook group and get them all out as soon as you get them ready.
yep. And hopefully I'll have some more after that. So we'll look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Have a great day, Steve. Thank you.
You too. Thanks.
All right. So if there's no questions on Steve's two deals, just to recap, one is he needs about 60 to 65,000 for one of them. The other one needs about 190,000. If you don't have the total 190, we can always partner you with somebody else so you guys can get that deal done. Remember, if you're using a self-directed IRA, you can use half the funds from your self-directed IRA, half the funds from cash. There's a lot of different things of ways you can fund and source these deals from the financial side. So if anybody has any questions or needs any help with any of that stuff, please reach out to me. We can either hop on the phone or chat about it either on Slack or via email. All right. So I did get one more deal. It just came in right before I went live today. Let me pull this up real fast. So this deal is going to be from Chris Rude. So most of you guys know Chris Rude. Chris Rude is a experienced investor, part of Money School and the Private Money Club. Chris Rude is actually one of our investors that is helping manage the purchasing of mobile home parks for what's called the Safari Fund, which is also in the Private Money Club, which is more of a passive fund. So Safari Fund is a private fund for accredited investors that pays 7 to 12% annually, interest paid monthly, depending if you lock into that deal for 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years. But it's owned and operated by Chris Naugle and his partners. And a lot of the purchases and the investing side is done by Chris Rude, as Chris Rude does masterminds and is a professional expert when it comes to purchasing and managing and growing and rehabbing mobile home parks to create passive income. So Chris Rude also does a lot of wholesale deals, wholesale deals, and quick flips. So he just had a new quick flip come in. Let me share my screen on this one. Let me just make sure there's no personal information. Okay, so this is going to be, let's see, this will be a pretty simple one here. It's in Panama City, Florida. All right, here we go. Let me pull. I'm gonna do a screen share just so you can see the deal spec sheet. So Chris is still working on the full deal proposal to present. Usually these deals go quicker before they even need to do that by just having the spreadsheet. Chris Rude does deals very, very quickly, and he does a lot of them. He's been doing it for a long time. So typically these deals will get funded very, very fast. So if you're interested in Chris Rude's deal that I'm going to show you, make sure you reach out right away. We'll get you connected so you can get that thing funded immediately as well. So let me share my screen here. All right. So this one is in Panama City, Florida. It's a single family residence. Looks like they have a BPO coming soon. BPO is just like a CMA, but done on the commercial side, usually by banks. But basically, it's just it just shows the comps of the other properties. So the BPO is coming later today. So we'll have a little bit more information on how they come up with these numbers. But basically, it looks like it's a suburban home in good neighborhood condition, great area, 20% investor owned, 80% owner occupied, which is great. Not new construction. Looks like they need about 30 days. So it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,100 square feet. Needs minimal work and has a pool, needs new flooring. Again, usually what Chris Rude does is he puts the basics on here and then we get into the details on the deal proposal, but usually they get funded before that comes up. So he's showing some different comps on here. All right, so they need to do flooring of about 10,000, minor repairs of about 1,500. They're going to repaint the cabinets at 2,500, so they need a total rehab of about 14,000. Let's see. After repair value, so after all the work is done and everything, what the home will be worth, 289,000. They're expecting to sell it for 289,000. Let's see. So they're buying it for 220,000, putting $14,000 into it, and they plan on selling it at 289,000. So it does need new flooring, a few touch-up items. Seller has done most of the. What's not showing up on here? Let's see here. Deal rundown. So these are after all the costs and everything. Purchase price is 201. He's 20,000. So here's some other information. It looks like these numbers are a little off, so they might need to clarify which one of these we're running with. Anyway, so it looks like he's looking for 220, 240. Let's see. Looks like they need about 235 to 240,000. So we can get more information on that. One of the nice things with Chris Rude deals is we put them together all the time. So if somebody has 75, 75, and 75, we can get the three of you guys together. You'll all be first lien position, kind of like partners on the deal, so we can get that total rehab cost. But if anybody is interested in loaning out on the Chris Rude deal, please reach out to me via email. Again, my email is snagy, S-N-A-G-Y, snagy at chrisnaugle.com. And I can connect you with that, or reach out on the Facebook group or in Slack, and we can handle that. All right. Any questions on Steve Lawson's deals, on Chris Rude's deals? Any questions about deals that you've been looking at? Is anybody thinking about lending on something? They just had any questions about numbers, about if they're looking at it right, if they're doing the contracts right, if they're doing the structure set up correctly, anything of that nature? Put it in the Q&A box or over in the chat. All right, while you guys are inputting that, we did have one more deal pop up this last Thursday. Let me see if I can go this. Here we go. All right, so this is from a new Private Money Club member, Kian. Now, Kian Razi, he's I know he's worked with Chris in the past. I know he's an experienced investor. So it looks like he says, we currently have a deal on a 4-bedroom, 2-bath single family in Beaumont, Texas, looking for $122,230 at a 10% interest rate for up to 5 years. So this will be a longer term play. It looks like up to 5 years. Interest payments made monthly, secured with first lien position. So if you were to put, $100,000 into this investment, you're going to make $10,000 a year coming in passively, and you're going to receive a check for about $830 some a month. 10% of 100 grand. So they need 122,230. So you'd make around $900 a month for the next up to 5 years. You'd have $900 a month coming in. At the end of those terms, they would then pay you back your total investments once that deal is closed out. If it's invested from a self-directed retirement account, self-directed IRA, or self-directed solo K, of course, that money would then just flow back into the retirement account as opposed to be sent to you. If you're lending out of your own funds, out of an infinite banking policy, something like that, out of your company, that money would be sent right to you, and you could do with it as you wish. So create almost a $900 a month income for yourself on this deal. Against Kian is an experienced investor. Let me see. That amount covers all the costs for the project. In our model, we typically buy under terms and sell under terms. So a rent-to-own buyer may cash out on the deal within the first couple of years. In this particular case, we are buying outright from the seller. As I don't, let me see, proposal template. They modified their existing information. So yeah, so if you need, if you want to check out that deal, just let me know. I'll connect you with Kian, and I'll get you the details on that deal in Beaumont, Texas. and you guys can get that thing. So it looks like we have one deal was definitely funded. Kean's, I believe, is available. I know Chris Rude's other deals have been funded. So we have his brand new one that just came in. So just to recap, we have 4 deals available right now that just came in the last couple days. Kean needs 122,000. Steve Lawson needs on one deal 60 to 65,000. On another deal 190,000. And then the Chris Rude deal was around 100 and let me see, 200 was around 240,000 Chris Rude needs on that deal. So we have a large range of properties, anything from 60,000 up to 240,000, anything from a couple month quick flip to up to a 5-year longer term investment. And of course, we have all the private funds available right now. Jack Petrick's been doing a lot of really cool stuff with the new construction. And I know a lot of it, Private Money Club members have been working with Jack and getting those investments going. So if you're looking to move money right now, get your money moving, get that money working for you. We have lots of deals available and ready to get that money out there growing for you. So Colleen says, Stephen, have you ever worked with anyone taking funds from their TSP or thrift savings plan? Federal government ? It's a defined contribution fund. I don't know if that's an IRA or similar to a 403B. Yeah, Colleen, TSPs are typically very, very similar to your standard IRA. There's some different limits as far as contributions and whatnot, but the way that they're treated is typically just like an IRA. So each one's going to be different as far as the plan administrator, like what they allow you to invest in, if you're able to move the money out into a self-directed. But we can always have Brandy at Horizon contact the TSP with you, and she can ask the right questions to find out what your options are to get that money moved. So Colleen, if you can remind me via email. Oh, you email Brandy. Perfect. All right. That's great. Yeah. Brandy will definitely be able to help, and just keep me updated, Colleen, on how that's going. And I can get more involved if Brandy is running into any roadblocks with you. Maureen, how much was that? How much was that for again? So Maureen, again, Steve Lawson has the $65,000 deal and $190,000 deal available this week. Chris Rude needs about 235, 240,000, I believe. Let me just double check. Oh no, 220. So 220 to 230 is what Chris Rude needs. And then Kean needs 122,000. So those are those 4 deals that we got going right now. All right. All right, guys. Well, I know this is a quicker one today, but those are the 4 new deals that we had going on that I wanted to run through with everybody, answer any questions. But if there's no questions coming in, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to get back to working on the Private Money Club development. Our tech team is wide open right now. Like I said, we should have that done within the month. We are working hard on that every day. And then we'll slowly start moving everything from Slack over to the Private Money Club. We have more deals coming in. So we have the 4 available right now. I know Chris Rude has some more coming in. Steve Lawson's out there making money. That's right, Maureen. Got to get back out there to making money too. That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. If anybody needs anything, please do not hesitate to reach out to me, snaggy@chrisnaugle.com, or reach out on Slack or the private Facebook group. If you're in the Private Money Club, make sure that you are on Slack, that you're in the Facebook group, that you're getting all the communications. If you have a deal available and you'd like to create a video, a Zoom recording, get it in front of everybody, come join me on this Money Club Monday webinar. Let me know. We'll get that set up for you. If you still need to join the Private Money Club, moneyschooltraining.com/private-money-club. And you can get enrolled and all set up there. Then we'll hop on the phone, have a conversation. What kind of money are you working with? Where can we start getting that money out there in the world working for you? So thanks for joining me today. Hope you guys have a stellar week. Get out there and crush it. Make those dreams come true. Get that money working for you. I'll see you guys Wednesday on the Wealth webinar series and the Ask Me Anything. Have a great day. Thank you.